this video, I will teach you how to do 10 and 25 man OS. For 10 man OS, you need 2 tanks and 3 healers or 2 healers. You must have at least 1 or 2 people who can decurse from the poles. If you do not have a decurser, the monsters who cast the decurse will just keep going up in HP and the fights will never end. In 25 man OS, once again you'll need 2 tanks. You'll need about 4-5 healers. You must have again at least 2 decursors on the poles, or else the fights will just never end. Now after 1 or 2 pulls, you'll come up to this blue dragon, and this is the first boss. He does not drop anything but badges. Now what's going to happen is the tank is going to pull the boss. It's basically a tank and spank. There's not much AoE damage. Now when the boss is attacking the tank, a portal will come up. When that portal comes up, everyone goes in the portal except for the main tank and the main healer. Now once you enter that portal, you'll need the other tank to tank the boss that's inside that portal. Now what happens is they're going to kill that boss inside the portal and come back out. Also, when you're fighting the boss, there will be these little purple rings on the ground. They'll circle around you and just jump out of them, or else you'll die and they kill you very, very fast. Now, that's it for that boss. And then after that, you should have about 3 or 4 pulls, and then you're at the next boss. The next boss looks exactly like the last one. It's the same thing. Don't stand in the rings, and a portal will come up. Now this time, when the portal comes up, no one goes inside. They all stay outside on the boss. And in 10 and 25 man, you will get ads, which the off tank does have to pick up. The ads are just little whelps. They don't do that much damage at all, but you have to pick them up, or else they'll get on the healers and you will die. They go straight for the healers because they have the most aggro when they come. So make sure you have a paladin for concentration, or a death knight for death and decay. Now, in the next 1 or 2 pulls, you'll be at the next boss, which is exactly like the first and second one. But this time, just like in the boss number 1, only the main tank and the main tank's healer stays outside. Other than that, everyone goes in the portal. Same thing, purple rings, stay out of it. Also, there will be no ads, so you do not have to worry about that. And in the next 2 or 3 pulls or so, you should be at the last boss, who's pretty easy. And I'll quickly tell you some of the stuff he does. And he can be a bitch, but other than that, he's pretty easy. Okay, what happens is you'll have the main tank run in and start tanking the boss, and after a little bit, he'll say, "Run away, little girl, run away." And what happens is a firewall will come up on each side of the boss where the lava is. Now, to avoid this lava, there will be little safe spots in between the lava. They're like huge gaps. Now, when the firewalls come up, when you're running in between the gaps, try to make sure your tank is hotted or topped off before you run, because you won't be able to heal him for a few seconds. And if you do get hit by the firewall, you will take lots of damage and you will die if you don't get healed. It's like a huge dot on you, and it'll just wipe you. Also, after the firewall, you will be fighting him more, and he will put more and more firewalls coming up on each side of the dragon. And also, there will be some ads that will run around everywhere, so your off tank does have to pick this up. They do pretty good damage, and they do stun you. Once again, they'll probably go after the healers because they have the most aggro, so make sure your off tank's paying attention. The firewall can come up when the ads are, so if that happens, you're kind of screwed if you get stunned. So make sure your off tank does pick them up, and have your DPS just AoE all the ads, and they're pretty easy to kill. Now this is the exact same for 10 and 25 man, and you can drop some nice stuff like spoils, 22 slot bag, and some trinkets. Other than that, it's the same firewall and ads, and then you just burn down as fast as you can. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. This was my first video, so it might not be that great. My new one should be better. Anyway, I hope you do some OSs, get some gear. Thank you. Goodbye.